Hi, good morning, afternoon, evening, whenever you're watching this video. My name is Miss Whisenhunt. If you know me well, you know that I don't like public speaking. And if you don't know me well, now you know I don't like public speaking. I can stand in front of my students all day, every day, and be perfectly fine. But the minute another adult walks in the room or an administrator, my heart races, I get nervous, I even start sweating a little bit. And knowing that this video is going to be available all over the internet and for millions of people to see makes me even more nervous. Nonetheless, I'm here for you. My students, my current students, my former students, and students that I've never had the pleasure of meeting. This is for you. I can tell you that I want to be a stable voice for you, to tell you that everything's going to be okay, and that you're fine, and that your family's going to be fine. But can I really make that promise to you? Realistically, no. I can't. I can't tell you that everything's going to be fine. I can't tell you that you're going to be okay because I don't know the answer to those questions. I don't know if you and your family will have the resources you need. I don't know if you'll have the food you need. I don't know if you'll have the electricity, the resources to even see this video. But what I do know is that I love you. I love each and every one of you from the bottom of my heart with everything that I have. I love you. And please know that I will do whatever I can to help my students who are in need. If you need something, please let me know. I will bend over backwards to get you whatever you need if I can get it to you. I know things in life are difficult, especially now, especially during a time like this. But a wise man named Charles R. Swindoll, I'm not sure how you pronounce that name, said something I want to share with you. He says, "The longer I live, the more I realize the impact of attitude on life. Attitude, to me, is more important than facts. It's more important than the past, the education, the money, than circumstances, than failure, than successes, than what other people think or say or do. It's more important than appearance, giftedness, or skill. It'll make or break a company, a church, a home. The remarkable thing is that we have a choice every day regarding the attitude we will embrace for that day. We cannot change our past. We cannot change the fact that people will act in a certain way. We cannot change the inevitable. The only thing we can do is play on the one thing we have, on the one string we have, and that is our attitude. I'm convinced that life is 10% of what happens to me and 90% of how I react to it. And so it is with you. We are in charge of our attitudes." And it makes sense, doesn't it? I've met homeless people that are so grateful for like the dinner leftovers that I've given them. You know, think about it. They could be upset about their situation. They could be upset about how they got into that situation. They could even be upset about the person before me that blew them off. But instead, they're grateful for the little bit of food that I gave them. You know, our life is about our attitude, how we adapt to the challenges that we face in this world. And that's going to prove to be true over the next couple of weeks, couple of months, however long this thing lasts. So, before we get into the math I'm supposed to teach you, my challenge to you is to be kind. Be kind to those around you. Be kind to your brother, your sister, your mom, your dad, grandparents, aunts, uncles, and anyone you come in contact with. Just like you, they're doing the best with the hand that they've been dealt with the current situation our country is in. We're all stuck at home doing the same thing all day, every day. We all need to learn a little bit of patience in the next coming weeks. I know myself, I've had to learn it lately. See, I'm stuck at home with the 4-year-old, Cheyenne. Most of y'all know her, have met her. I love her so much. But I've had to learn how to keep her entertained and still get math lessons ready for y'all. And to say the least, it has proved to be very challenging. But I've learned that she responds well, or not well. She responds better when I ask her to do something rather than when I tell her to just do it. And I think your friends and your families will respond similar. Remember, you are in charge of your attitude, including the attitude you have towards your math assignment. So without further ado, let's math. All right. Your first assignment, this is for both my 7th grade and 8th grade. Your first assignment is to tell me just two vocabulary words that we've learned this year that you remember. I need both the word and the definition. It could be anything that we've learned this year. No, you're in 7th grade, 8th grade. Add, subtract, multiply, and divide are not vocab words we've learned this year. Those are ones you should have learned a long time ago. Okay? I'm thinking more along the lines of slope, Pythagorean theorem, linear equation, circumference, diameter. Just start thinking. So that's your first assignment. Your second assignment is to tell me one thing you've learned this year and how to solve it. For example, if you're one of my 8th graders, tell me how you solve for slope, or Pythagorean theorem, or functions. How do you solve variables on both sides of the equations? If you're one of my 7th graders, tell me how do you solve for circumference of a circle? How do you know the difference between a diameter and a radius? How do you solve a proportion? Just a hint on that one, tic-tac-toe. How do you solve for x in a linear equation? Linear equations, those are those y equals mx plus b, or like the equations that like 2x plus 9 equals 12. How to determine the probability of something. Think dice, cards, spinners. What about how to solve for the percent of something? Just anything that you remember in math that we've learned this year. So, I will be back tomorrow with another video, one for 7th grade and one for 8th grade, and I'll make sure I'll title those 7th grade, 8th grade. That's geared more towards our math curriculum. You're going to see less of my face and more of notes. I'm sure I'll miss taking notes in Miss Whisenhunt's class. So for 7th grade, we'll be starting lateral and total surface area. And 8th grade, we're going to be starting trend lines and scatter plots. Between today and tomorrow, what I want you to try and log into your Google Classroom. I'll be posting a lot of our assignments in there. I'll also try to post some notes or problems or something for you to kind of follow along as we go. Let me know if you can't log in, and I'll see what I can do to get you logged in. If you're one of my newer students and you don't have a Google Classroom set up, send me a message or send me an email, send me something, and I'll get you the code to log into our class. This is going to be an adventure for all of us, but again, our attitude is everything. So my attitude, your attitude, everybody's attitude, remember that's 90% of it. 90% of it. So I ask that you try to do your best, and please reach out to me if you need anything. If there's something you don't understand, message me. I'll have this on YouTube. I'll also have it on Facebook. You can make a comment, send me a message, anything. All right. If you need anything outside of the realm of math, I'll do my best to help you there too. I don't want any of my students to suffer at home or mathematically, of course. Just please, please, please reach out to me, reach out to Miss Burnett, reach out to Miss Stewart, to Mr. Sanchez, to any of us teachers, and we'd be glad to help you. Please, please, please reach out to us. And that's what we're here for, and that's what we want. So, in the words of one of my favorite college professors, Mr. Turner, I encourage you all to keep living the dream and keep fighting that power, and we will get through this together. Till next time.